Just showing you while Chris is doing the rubbish there. 47 degrees, I believe that reads. And there's no water. There has been no water since a trickle at 6 o'clock this morning. This is a dangerous thing. There are old people and children in this village. Hello, I'm hiding under the aircon. Chris is just tidying up outside. So yeah, we've not done a great deal this week, purely because you can't do a lot without water. So rendering couldn't happen because we didn't have any water. The garden's dying at a massive rate of knots because we've not had any water, although we are using the tank now to use that. I washed my hair in a sink this morning, and I'm having a jolly nice cold sponge bath every night because the water's gone again. And, you know, we've been here before. This happened last summer and the village went up in flames. And when George went to the water company and said, you know, I could have lost my house, I had no water, they were basically like, what do you want water for? In a fire? I don't know, just little things like putting it out, that kind of thing. But yeah, the village centre's still got water. She's out there outside the municipality building, watering her flowers with a hose pipe every morning. But the rest of us, we've been on a regime all week where we've had maybe an hour between 3 and 5 p.m. And then yesterday we just didn't have any water. And today, I think Chris got up about 5:30 to let the dogs out, and there was enough for him to do the washing up, but that's all we've had today. So we're just back and forth to the springs, basically. And we're a bit grubby and a bit pissed off because nobody seems to know what's going on. We've been told that there's a faulty pipe. We've been told it's preparation for a whole new system, then been told there's no funding for that system. We've been told that the pipe is under the railway lines and the railway company won't give anybody permission to dig it up. I think it's all bollocks, personally, because the 2 days that we've had rain, we had rain overnight twice. The water was fine the day after that. I'm pretty sure they're just turning it off to stop people overusing it. Because funnily enough, this is a rural village where people grow their own fruit and vegetables. They need water. It's also a Bulgarian village, which means it's got an elderly population of people who can't be walking down to the spring 5 times a day to top up their bottles, which is what we've been doing. And there are a lot of children in this village too, and children need water. I mean, everyone needs water, but vulnerable people more than most. It's been in the 40s for most of the week, which is another reason why we need water. And then yesterday when we got in the car, our car thermometer gauge most measuring 48. That came down to 46 by the time we got back from the spring. And I know George and Carrie have got a thermometer on their house, and that was registering 45, because these temperatures they take for the weather forecast, they take in the shade, in a box, in a fridge, with air conditioning, in a different country, in Antarctica. So that you can just add 4 or 5 degrees onto whatever it says it's going to be. So the aircon's doing overtime for us. Thank you, aircon gods. The dogs are absolutely boiling. And we've not been able to do anything. You can't render, you can't plaster if you've not got water. So it's been a lot of like lying on the couch, reading books or watching crap on YouTube. And I keep falling asleep, which is very unlike me. I think the heat has got to me there. The only thing we've done of any interest was went and registered the car, which I've got the step-by-step details of, and I will go through them briefly, so you'd have to watch them if you don't want to. If you are interested in bringing a car from the UK, it's some guidance. We were going to buy next door the day after, but apparently their paperwork's all messed up. One of the skits has a different number on it to the notary's deed in terms of square metres, so they're having to get that sorted. So I haven't managed to purchase that yet, but that's okay because it's full of bitey things in there, and I don't want to go in until it's cool enough for me to put like my hazmat suit on. So buying the car, I will go through in a minute. Yeah. Really peed off. Need some water. Hopefully next week will be better. I don't think we've got any rain. We might have a storm tomorrow and then maybe some rain later in the week. So keep your fingers crossed that I don't dehydrate. Peace out. It's 39 degrees outside. 39 degrees. This is my washing up pile. This is the washing I can't do in my machine. This is a sink that I can't clean and it's really dirty. And look how much water I've got. Fucking fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely marvellous. Right, Chris is just doing the recycling and we're off to the village spring again because we had water for 1 hour yesterday and it's off again by this morning. So we're going to go and fill up every bottle we own because it's really frustrating not being able to even wash your hands. Dogs need water, we need water, so we're taking more bottles this time to see if we've got enough. Even this isn't looking too clean now. I'm seeing if our friend the frog's still in there. I don't know, I'm looking for him. No, oh no, he is, he's there. Hello. Look at me like that. Wow. How can it be showing that there's only 54 minutes left again? My camera. Right, stage 1 of registering our car as a Bulgarian car is going to the ferry port to pay our import tax. So that's where we're going now with our beloved translator. Highly recommended services. Right, so this is next stage. We've been in the customs office. We've got the paperwork that says we're selling the car to ourselves. We've paid them 300 lev. Then we've come over here to customs where a lady is lodging the paperwork. Then some people will come out and assess the car, and then we'll pay them, we think about 1,200, 1,300 lev. And then the next stage after that is we go and get it insured, we go to the notary and sell it to ourselves, and then we're off to VT to CAT to get it registered. Right, we got our insurance, did we not, my love, my sweet?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. 77 lev for 3 months because we can't register it for a year until we've got new plates. So we're just back at customs because we forgot to give them the money. And now we're off to VT. Carrie's back. Right, we made it to VT. We had to pay an eco tax of 290 lev, and then we've come over here and paid 61 lev 44 stinky, and now we're waiting for MOT and new plates. Right, just to summarise the car costs then, I think we got really lucky. We live near Svishtov, which is one of the ferry ports, so there is a customs office there. We went with Carrie, who is a translator who lives in our village, and I will put her details up at the end. She is a fully registered translator, has a degree in English from Velikotonovo University. She does all sorts of legaling. Oh, there goes Monica. Someone swept something outside. Her rates, I don't know what she's going to charge us for about 10 hours of work, which is what she did, but it won't be a lot. She's very, very reasonable. You'll see a lot of people pop up on social media saying, I'm a lawyer, I can help you, I'm a translator, let me help you. And some of them are very good. there's Diljana I've heard of, and there's Gemma Stevenson, who has a very good reputation. Others, I don't know if they're any good or not. But Carrie doesn't put herself forward like that. She also works translating for the Bulgarian National Museum in Sofia. So she does have work coming in. But she is superb. She's excellent. And I don't know what we'd do without her. So we went to Svistov first with Carrie. We got all our documents ready because she told us what we needed. You need to notify the DVLA. I sent them a letter, handwritten, because I don't have a printer, saying I was going to register the car abroad. We had our V5, as I call it. I don't think it's called that. I think it's called VC5. Passports, driving licenses in case we needed them. We had the document where we purchased the car, the hire purchase agreement, and the document that confirmed it was paid off in full. So we had everything that said the car was legally ours. It actually belongs to me legally. We went to the office where we registered that we were importing it, and also that we wanted to sell it from me as a private individual to our company, because with us not being residents here, that was the only way we could do it. They pulled a blinder for us and valued the car. They did a document that said we'd sold it to the company for £1,250, which brought our costs down massively. So we paid £300 admin fee, 300 lev admin fee, to the office for doing that. It meant we didn't have to go to the notary. 1,298 lev import tax. Then we went to get car insurance. That was 77 lev for 3 months. You can't get 12 months until you've got Bulgarian plates. Then we drove over to VT, to the CAT office. We paid an eco-tax. Just if anyone's using the office, the eco-tax office is across the road. And they weren't taking cards, which is ridiculous for a government institution. Thankfully, we coppered up enough money. That was 290 lev. And then the cost to register it, get Preg Lev, MOT, etc., was 66 lev and 41 statinki, or 44 statinki. And that was mad. We drove it into the MOT station. He literally opened the car door, had a look inside it, poked around in the engine for a minute, and then said, yeah, just take your number plates off. So we took the number plates off, went across the road and had a sandwich, came back 40 minutes later, we handed our number plates in. We got handed a new set of number plates, and they were very generous there. They screwed them onto the car for us. So in total, we budgeted 5,000 lev, because we'd heard that it was like a 10% import tax and 20% eco tax based on the price of your vehicle. And that, the Bulgarian authorities would massively overvalue this car. And actually they massively undervalued it. So it cost us just over 2,000 lev. And on top of that, there'll be carries fees, which I don't know, she said probably in the 200s somewhere, which is incredibly reasonable considering she was with us from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. And she'd done a load of donkey work beforehand as well. So yeah, that's that. Just thought I'd summarise it for you. Peace out again.
Good morning. Today I've just had to recollect, is Thursday. We are having a play in the garden, apart from Monica, who's gone back to bed. And, sorry about the wonky camera work, I'm playing with toys. By coincidence, we got a thunderstorm last night and some rain, which wasn't forecast and then suddenly popped up on the forecast. And by strange coincidence, exactly the same as last time we'd had rain overnight, with no problems with the water today. So they say we're not on a regime and they're not rationing us, but they very clearly are, because the water comes on all right about 3 p.m. for about 2 hours, which is a time of day when nobody in their right mind would water their garden because it does more harm than good. But during the morning and the evening, which is a time of day when people would go out watering their gardens, and this is a rural village where everybody grows their own veg in their gardens, there's no water. So we're definitely being rationed, and they're just telling us rubbish about pipes. But it is very nice because there are puddles. and everything's had a water without me having to do it, and my rain barrel's full again, so I've still got plenty of water to do my greenhouse because I've put some more seeds in there to grow some more stuff. Anyway, I'm going to play with the dogs, I'm going to have a brew, and I'm going to give the house a really good clean today if the water stays on. Today I have officially had a tantrum. Chris has just cleaned all this up, and he's out there now, bless him, clearing up all the mess outside because I've just thrown a wobbler and said I can't live like this anymore. It's like it's not just the mess. The dust is unbelievable. I've just spent hours wiping all the surfaces down, and they're already covered in dust again. I've made him take that plastic piece down off there because I was like barging into it with dogs under my feet. Look at that. Look how thick with muck that is. And why is that like this windowsill has become a boot rack because we've got nowhere to put our shoes anymore. And this is just going on and on and on. And I've said, I can't live like this. We're not scum. And there's bricks and all sorts everywhere. So I'm going to scrub the bathroom down again. I just feel like I'm covered in a film of dirt all the time. And there's stuff like this and all this. It's just a mess. I don't like living like this in a mess. This is day 2 of no water, although we did have water for about an hour this morning. Chris got up about 6 to let the dogs out, and he managed to wash up last night's washing up. Did try and put the washing machine on, but there's no water in it, didn't do anything. So we've got these tanks working anyway, so we've put some water on what's left of our veg. The taps were stuck, but he's sorted it now. He's just doing a third one over there. He's going to reposition that for me, finally. And it is very, 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 very hot. We've just been back and forth to the spring. We're going to have to go again in a bit. You know, it's not so much there's no water. Well, that's inconvenient. It's not inconvenient. It's really inconvenient. Like, can you imagine going to the toilet and then not being able to flush it? That's disgusting. So we're using litres and litres, just filling the system up. At least the people in the village are starting to complain now. So hopefully something will get done. The fact it was on at 6 a.m. suggests to me that we are on a regime. You just got to be up early enough to catch it. My grapes are looking well though, aren't they? Look, these ones are starting to be almost ripe. And they're going to be lovely. They're very pippy, my grapes, but they are delicious.
Take his vote over there.
Yes.